This is problem 1.3 for CPSC 2100. And in this problem, we're going to be taking a string of lowercase characters and iterating over it to find the longest substring that's in alphabetical order. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and add the variables that we're going to need. S equals C B O B O B G G H E K L. That's that. And we're going to use longest to store the value of our longest variable. And current to store the substring that we are going over or iterating over. Let's go ahead and start with a for loop. For every value or every character in the range of values that is the length of S minus 1. We do the minus 1 because if we don't, then that will extend our range. Because the index is set up that the first character is always 0. Okay. Forgot that. Now we'll start with our if loop. So if S, or the I value of S, is less than or equal to S, or the I value of S plus 1, then current will add I to the substring that substring, the current substring. And then we're going to run another if loop. Is greater. If this is saying that if the length of the current substring is greater than the length of the longest recorded substring, then that value goes in there. So the first substring that you test that's current is going to be greater than the value of the longest at the time, because the value of the longest at the time is just 0. So it's going to keep A in there at first, and then as it goes, it'll keep AZ, and then it'll reset at C, and then it'll reset again at B, and then B it'll go through two loops and reset again until it gets into the BEGGHAKL, which will be BEGGH, which is the longest. All right. And anyways, if the length of the current is greater than the length of the longest becomes the value of the current substring. And then we're going to use an else so that the loop can continue. And that will change the value of the current substring to S I plus 1, which is the iterated value that we just went over, plus 1. So it'll move on to the next one and run that. So now we're going to print our results. Which is the longest. And now we're going to print our results. It looks like the answer we got is the longest substring in alphabetical order is BEGGH, which is correct. That's what we were looking for.